Hello YouTubers, in today's video we'll be making some homemade chicken noodle soup.
Now the ingredients for my Simple Man's chicken noodle soup, I'm going to have 1 to 2 packages of noodles, that's your choice. I've got 1 to 2 packages of mixed frozen vegetables. I've also got a package of cut broccoli. I've got 1 to 2 containers of chicken stock. I've got a tablespoon of broth base from chicken. I've got 4 cloves of garlic. I've got 4 chicken thighs. These happen to be unskinned and boneless. I'm going to use a tablespoon of sea salt, a tablespoon of black pepper, 3 bay leaves, and a tablespoon of rosemary. I'm also going to have a whole onion. All my ingredients are all going to mix up. I've got my seasonings in here, and then I've got my garlic and my onions in this other. I'm going to add those all in. I'm also going to be browning my chicken thighs in my cast iron Dutch oven with a little extra virgin olive oil. Now to start, I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil in here and we'll let that heat up. Once she gets hot enough, we'll be putting in our chicken. Okay, looks like my heat is up high enough. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop these in here. We want to get that heat up high enough so that the oil won't soak into the chicken. I'm going to kick this down to medium high, or actually down medium. So I don't want to burn this. And we'll give this a couple minutes on each side. Okay, it's been a couple minutes. We'll go ahead and flip these over. All I'm kind of doing right now is just kind of searing this. I'm not going to be totally cooking these right now. So I'll put that in for another couple of minutes. Now yes, this is an RV channel. However, what I'm trying to demonstrate here to show you is things that you can do while you're camping. You can fix this either on an electric stove or a hot plate, a gas or propane stove, or you can do this on a campfire. Either way, it's all kind of up to you, but it's something that's done in one pot. You can do it for 1 or 2 people like myself. Or else, if you have a family, you can have a bigger pot and just increase the ingredients. Either way, it's something that you can do whether you're at home or you're camping. I'm doing it today because it's a cold day in February. Snow's on the ground, really don't feel like getting out, and I've got a need or an appetite for some chicken soup. It's been a few minutes. I did kick it up to a medium high, and so it looks like my chicken has been nicely seared or browned a little bit. So I'm going to pull this out, put it on a paper towel to kind of sop up the oil. And we'll set this aside. Because I don't want my oil or my soup too oily, you can elect to do this or not. I'm just going to sop up some of the oil here. Take some of it out and get rid of it. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little chicken broth in here. Going to kick it down a little bit, and I'm going to add my onions and my garlic. I'm going to get a nice little sear going on this. I'm going to try to get these a little translucent, and we'll let them cook a little bit. I'll constantly kind of stir this up because I don't want my garlic to burn. Now this is coming out real nice. Onions are getting me nice and translucent. My garlic is getting browned. And too bad my smell-o-vision isn't working very well. Otherwise you could tell how good this really does smell. So I'm going to start adding my vegetables to this. And I use frozen vegetables for a couple reasons. One, it's convenient. Two, sometimes you don't have all the time to go ahead and chop these all up. Another reason is when you're camping, you really don't want to spend a lot of time doing a lot of cooking. You want something quick and easy, effortless. Of course, you can do whatever you want as far as adding more, or just as far as, you know, adding your fresh vegetables. Gonna add in more chicken broth. I got my temperature kicked up to about 375 or a medium high. Yep, and I think I'm going to put some more in here yet too. I'm going to go ahead and add in my seasonings. Like I said, I had about a tablespoon of everything. Garlic salt, or I'm sorry, sea salt, black pepper, plus the rosemary, along with 3 bay leaves and 4 cloves of crushed garlic. And I crushed those and then chopped them up before I added them in, because I like to get that fresh juice, or that garlic juice. And I'm going to add a little bit more of this into it. So we're getting about 2 of these containers of chicken stock. So basically it's 64 ounces. I also have a tablespoon of that chicken stock as well, or the base. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kick this down to medium. I'm going to cover it, and we're going to let it sit there for a little while before I add my chicken in. So we're going to let her come up to a nice gentle boil. And we'll be back to you soon. Okay, that's been in there for a little while. I had it up to a medium high, and it's come up to a nice boil. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add our chicken thighs in here. I thought I had more. Actually, I've got 2 big thick chicken thighs and a small one. Something I can always do is add more to it sometime. I've got some chicken breasts I could probably thaw out and add to it later on. But in the meantime, we're just going to let her cook like that. I've got it down to a medium. and I'm just going to let her sit and run for a little while. In fact, actually, I'm going to put it on medium-low. Low and slow, they say. And then we'll come back to it in a little bit. I'll probably let it sit there for at least a good half hour, and I'll come back and see how we're doing. And shortly before I get ready to eat it, I'll add the noodles in. So we'll come back and see in about a half an hour. Well, our soup seems to be doing pretty good there. It's been on for quite a while. Vegetables are all nice and soft. I checked the temperature on the chicken and it's fully cooked now. And so I think maybe later on I might add more chicken to it. But in the meantime, we still got an awful lot of good flavor. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a bag of the noodles. There we go. That's getting pretty thick there. I'll probably let that sit in there for maybe about 10 minutes or so. I'm going to keep it at a medium to a low temperature. Actually, I'm just going to have it on to simmer. And just let her heat up there, and we'll come back and we'll take another look at it. Well, we've had plenty of time for our soup to sit there and simmer, and our noodles are getting nice and soft. So let's take a look and see how they are. It looks like I'll probably be adding some more broth in it at some point, but for right now, we got some nice thick soup. That is very good. I've made chicken soup before, but this is probably one of the best I've ever done. You know, yeah, it'd be nice to have fresh vegetables, but you know, these frozen vegetables, I think they've done rather well. It's definitely going to be a very good soup.
I hope you liked looking at the way I make my chicken noodle soup. And if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And most of all, thanks for watching. And don't forget to comment.